Macaroni, eggs, cheese.
So, yo, Bob walks around his entire office with a Yeti mug and a vape. It's just, and now a fucking trader's robe. It's too much.
You gave me this robe.
Because you're a trader. Do you want to talk about anything that I'm wearing today?
Is that what the fan gave you? Monét, give me my shit.
No.
Oh, can y'all hear that?
No.
Oh, Nick's calling me. Monét, okay, a fan came up to Monét at a gig and was like, I have some gifts for you and Bob. And Monét is stealing, this is mine.
It's not stealing. She didn't. Sorry. I don't know who gave it because they gave it to someone else. They didn't say what was for what. So as far as I'm concerned, everything was mine, and I could choose what is yours.
Well then, bitch, give me something. They said this is for you and Bob. So what do I get then?
Maybe if you behave yourself today,
Don't ever
and
talk
I'll
like
see,
that.
and I'll see. Maybe if you behave yourself for the rest of this podcast, you might get this.
These are my things. Give me my stuff.
You might get it if you behave. If you behave, you'll get it today.
Nigga, behave my nuts. They drag across your motherfucking chin.
Okay, right now you're not getting anything. So if you want to,
I'm gonna get something.
Fix your attitude, or you're getting shit.
You're stealing.
Fix your attitude.
You and your whole crew, all y'all do is theft.
You have some nerve when you and your fucking boyfriend walked into my home and literally stole my $300 vacuum.
You told us we could.
You stole it out of my home.
You told us we could.
Or, I'm sorry, another time when you guys came and I left a ring at your home and you guys stole it and photoshopped it into a picture talking about it was yours.
Only thing I ever stole from you was your car. I did steal your car one time.
And my robot.
I did steal the robot. Yeah, I did.
So one of us has stolen from the other. I've never sold it. The only thing I've ever stolen from you was one time I found $100 in your old apartment on Amsterdam, and I didn't know if it was mine or yours. I assumed it was mine.
What do you assume? You don't find money at my home. You steal money from my home.
No, because I was unpacking my drag, and I think it was mine.
Anybody ever tipped you $100?
Okay, that is not true.
Anybody ever tipped you $100, honey? So you know that was mine. Back in the day, y'all, this thing we would do when you tip the queen, this little thing. One time a guy came into me with a $100 bill. He tried to get cute. Baby, I grabbed it. I'm quick. I'm quick, like one of them. What's one of them little crabs that be punching real fast? I grabbed it, and now me and him have a hold on it. He was like, "I was kidding. And he was like, "Please let go of the money. Please let go." And I was like, "I'm not letting go. This is my money now, baby." We ripped it in half. And then he's like, "Please give me the other half." I chewed it and swallowed it. And I said, "Now no one has money."
You swallowed it?
Yep.
You know how dirty money is?
Do you know how dirty I am?
Yeah, you get down in the gutter dirty, honey.
Mm-hmm. And what of it?
No, this sweater is very cute. And I get a lot of compliments on it. I like it a lot, actually.
What, you're going to give? It's my sweater.
No, it's mine. You can have this.
That's also very cute, but I don't carry tote bags. You know I don't carry totes.
Because you know your book is coming out, so this makes sense.
My book is coming out. Harriet Tubman live in concert.
Wait, so the person. Wait, is this? Do you have this picture of the person did this? Like they made this?
They made that on their own. Yeah.
Okay,
I mean that is the font on my book, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you choose the font? How did you go about choosing the font?
I mean, they sent me a bunch of options, and then I just thought that one fit them. You know, I like plain stuff. Like I like it to be kind of like. So I only wanted 2 colors. I wanted it duochromatic. And I knew that I wanted a picture of, sorry, this is a sticker for someone to write this. This is for Raven. Simonier. And it actually is Simonier. I knew that I wanted.
I literally said it when we talked about it on the podcast. You right. Said it wasn't.
I said, yeah, I said it actually is Simonier. I didn't know. I knew that I wanted Harriet Tubman's hands holding the microphone. Those are actually Harriet Tubman's hands, by the way. Those are my hands that we made this little Harriet Tubman post. And I wanted the microphone to coil down and wrap around, and I wanted a broken chain. So that was why broken chains? Why would Harriet Tubman want chains to be broken? Why would she want them to be together? Is the question. That's the real question. Why would Harriet Tubman want chains? Why would Harriet Tubman be bound, honey? You think if I mean this. This might be a crazy question to ask, but you know, I've asked crazy questions on this podcast. I wrote a crazy book, so I mean, it's fine. Like, you think if we were slaves, do you think that you would have, what it is to like run away and leave and like try to like escape? I would run. Yeah. I don't know that I have what it would take to come back and grab more people. Cause I'd be like, bitch, I'm gone.
I know, but but it's even scary to even try to run away. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's just scary to think
The
about.
running away is obviously incredibly scary. I feel like I would try to run for sure. I'm a runner, I'm a track star. That's a TikTok reference. You wouldn't get it because you're older than me.
I know. I'm a runner. I'm a track star.
You don't know that song. Stop.
Yeah.
That's why you're mumbling. By the way, just as a side note to you,
What?
we've reached the deadline.
What's the deadline?
Hands up. Monét, hands in the air.
Wait, why?
Monét, just do it. Trust me.
No, I don't trust. Bob, I don't trust you. You're literally wearing a traitor's ring.
What am I gonna do from here, Monét? We're miles away from each other. Hold your hands up. I need to hear the Queen's.
Wait, what was the deadline?
Yeah, 3 months.
Okay, it's not 3 months out to the day though.
It is 3 months. It's overdue actually. Hands up! Hands up! Do it. This is crazy.
Rosetta Tharpe, Santee Gold, Bessie Smith, Nina Simone. Fuck. Just on this section, just the first name on this section. Do you know it? If I just get over this hill.
Rosetta Tharpe, Santee Gold, Bessie Smith, Nina Simone.
You see, it's this part. It was just this one name.
Jacob, what is it, Jacob?
Just the name.
The first letter.
It starts with a B.
Rosetta Tharpe, Santee Gold, Bessie Smith. Is it Badu?
It is not Badu.
Rosetta Tharpe, Santee Gold, Bessie Smith, Nina Simone. What is it, Jacob?
Betty Davis.
Oh, Betty Davis. Shalon's nose.
No.
Nope.
No. Rosetta Tharpe, Santee Gold, Bessie Smith, Nina Simone, Betty Davis.
You don't know it, bitch. I'll see you in 3 months. Mark your calendars, everyone. Mark your motherfucking calendars.
That was good. Bob hosted the Queerties the other day, and you had a beginning bit of you coming out of Trader's Row. It was very cute.
Yeah, and I actually took a robe from the production. They gave me 2 options, and I was like, I don't want to use that one, and then I did want that one. I took it, and it's mine now.
Oh my God! You do so. You're a thief. You're a klepto.
I learned from the best.
You know, I don't think I've told anyone this story. Can I tell you the story?
What?
So back when I first started doing drag, I mean, I was making fine money. I don't know what it was about me. And not the fine money, like I wasn't like down and out.
You didn't even need it?
This
story's getting crazier.
No, but I wasn't rolling in the dough. But anyway, so I was at Target. And I needed like makeup stuff. I needed like liners and stuff like that. And I went into the Target, and I put
you have told me story actually.
A gel liner, liquid liner in my bag, and with the intention of stealing it. And then when I go to check out, the fucking SWAT team and circles around me at the Target thing, like literally as I'm going through the exit, and they're like, can you come with us, please? I was like, why? I was like, why we need you to come with us, please. I was like, why? What's going on? I was like, we need you to come with us, or we're gonna call the cops. And I was like, okay. But they took me to that back room, and they were like, you stole. They're like, we know that you stole. Da 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 da. And I was like, no, I didn't. And they're like, yes, you did. I was like, take it out of your belongings right now, or we will call the police. And bitch, I took it out. They called the police. I got arrested, and they took me down to the station.
This part you did not tell me.
Yes, bitch. And they took me down to the thing and everything, and they were like, I had to do what you call it? Not truancy. What's the thing when you had to restitution? I had to pay a restitution for it was a whole thing.
How much was it? Like $7?
Girl, it was like, bitch. Eyeliner, gel, that shit was like $22 together.
Well, it was when you started drag, so that long ago, I assume it was like 50 cents.
And yeah, it was the most embarrassing that's ever happened to me. They took me out of the Target in handcuffs. It was so embarrassing, and it was like wild.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. I don't
You don't
know.
on a rider shit.
And after that, I have never stolen anything ever again.
Except all of my jokes, ideas, likeness, the literal hoodie you're wearing this very second.
Yours.
By the way, whoever the fan was, can you comment in the chat and let us know who was the hoodie Monet's wearing? Show them the hoodie, Monet. Scoot back. Scoot back so they can see it. Who was this hoodie with this picture of me, this beautiful rendering that you did or maybe commissioned or found? Who was this hoodie for? I would like to know, please. I would like to know who this, because Monet had a picture of her character from really cute sweater, by the way. It was so. Did you cut the neck or was it already cut like that?
I cut it. I always cut my necks on crew sweaters.
It looks really cute. Is there a Gertrude one?
Huh?
I don't like what you're. I see how you play the game. I see you moving. You're playing with the right one, honey. It don't gotta be It don't gotta be Real Housewives. Now where's Barbara Walter?
Yeah, listen, and also, y'all, let me tell y'all something right now, okay? Y'all are doing such a good job for a long time of going to and giving us likes on Apple Podcasts. And y'all have dipped off. We are at 9,446 ratings. We need to, I want to see a 10K. Y'all, I know there are
we can do 12.
12. Oh yeah, 12. I mean, yeah, I would love that. That's 3,000.
Yeah, we can do that easy.
I know. So please go on Apple Podcasts and give us some ratings. Y'all don't understand. It really helps us out.
Spotify as well. Go to Spotify
as well.
Then Podcaster, wherever you listen to your podcast. We would Google reviews. Wherever you listen to your podcast, please give us a review.
I want to read this. I was reading some of the reviews this morning. There was someone. I'm going to choose a random one to read. Okay, here we go. I don't know. It has 4 out of 5 stars. I enjoy listening to the podcast and appreciate the engaging discussions and interesting guests. However, since it's also recorded for YouTube, there are moments where it feels like the hosts forget that some of us are only listening. Bob,
and we do.
Guests aren't always introduced properly because the assume viewers can see who it is. And those important points are communicated through gestures rather than words, leaving audio listeners in the dark. A little more effort to Bob in acknowledging the podcast audience. I added this to Bob. Like verbally introducing guests and describing visual moments.
We do have 16.2K reviews over on Spotify though.
Gang.
I don't know if the review. I don't know if you have to actually like write something in, but we have 16.2 thousand over on Spotify, which I greatly appreciate. Monét, do you know that we have been podcasting for 7 years? Our first episode came out 7 years ago.
That's
this month.
Crazy. That's crazy, Bob. That's fucking crazy.
And there was a short time where I was like, I don't want to do this shit no more. I never told you that, actually. I never told you that.
When?
I told Jake, I was like, I don't think I want to do.
When?
Do you remember this, Jacob? I do, yeah.
Tell me when.
It was after one of our big disagreements, and it was at some time where the Patreon was being crazy and they were acting wild. It was maybe after we had someone, like maybe it was after Todrick or someone on the pod that I didn't like, and you and I had disagreed about something, and I was just so irritated. I was like, I don't need this fucking. But then I stepped back and I thought about why I started the podcast and how much joy I get whenever I get to hang out with you and see you and just be basking in the glow of your wonderful personality, even though you are literally wearing stolen merchandise right now. By the way, before you give it to me, can you do a little cut?
I don't know how to do that I don't know how to do that on hoodies.
It looks so cute. They cut it right here.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust me to do that. I don't know how to do
really need this hoodie from you.
Okay, and I want some stuff from you. I think we can barter.
There's no bartering, and you're not getting that pencil holder.
I literally said, if you want this hoodie, you have to get the pencil holder.
You're not getting the pencil holder.
Well, then you're not getting the hoodie.
I got the pencil holder fair and square.
Okay, and I got this fair and square.
No, we'll talk about it after this break.
Bitch, I went down to Austin, Texas, and Austin, Texas, and I used my money, my player, my miles, and I got this stuff for you. So if you want it, you're gonna have to barter.
Orange of the cut. You know what? I don't know where to put it. You get rid of a lot of clothes. I don't know where to find it. I'll just go to your closet and grab it. No, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Okay.
What you gonna hide it?
Also, you come and get this protein you have at this house. Cause I don't want to hear about you and Andy and this motherfucking protein. Y'all, Andy and Bob and this fucking
He stole
protein.
more?
No, he didn't steal more. He said he told you his hair and you said you're gonna come by and swing by and get it. He did not steal more. So can y'all?
Because I have the stolen protein here, but I've never even used it. I have it in the bag over here. Never even used it. The other day, my office manager was like, "Do you want to?" I said, "No, on principle, we are keeping."
You are ridiculous.
On principle, we are keeping this fucking protein powder here. Me and my nephew got this big debacle about Reese's peanut butter cups. Tell me if I'm the wrong, y'all. This is the "Am I the asshole" moment. So I bought these Reese's peanut butter cups because I was back in my it's a little cold now, so I'm not doing it now, but I was in my what do you call it? The cream, my Ninja Creamy phase. Where I make these like protein ice creams. So you can get like 40 grams of protein in a pint of ice cream. It only has like 200 calories in it. It's really great. And you can mix in like a little Reese's cup to give a little boom. So I come home and I bought these Reese's cups just for this, and I put them in the fridge, and I came home the next day. I came home, I'm gonna have them, it's gonna be great. My Reese's cups are gone. I said, Camion, did you take my Reese's? I first said, Jacob, did you eat these Reese's cups? Jacob goes, no, I didn't eat the Reese's cups. I was like, Camion, did you eat these Reese's cups? He goes, yeah, I didn't know they were yours. And I was like, what do you mean you didn't know they were mine? Do you remember buying them?
He didn't know they were yours.
I was like, did you buy them? He's like, I don't know who they were. I said, but you know they were. You know you didn't buy them. By the way, it wasn't like it's not like a bag of chips or a carton of sodas or a box of soda. What do you call it when they come to can? It's not like that. It's not like how. It's like individual Reese's cups. It's like clearly not house food, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So I said, what do you mean you didn't think they were? Those are obviously mine. Those are clearly mine. Like you stole my
the stole is crazy. You did not steal them.
I didn't say so. I said, you took something that didn't belong to you. And he goes, well, I didn't know they were yours. I was like, well, I am going to need these Reese's cups replaced when I get home.
Restitution.
So I need the Reese's cups when I get home.
This is actually a very critical part of the story. They were not Reese's Pieces cups. They were the Reese's Pizza wafer sticks.
No, mine were the Reese's cups. I had the Reese's cups.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and I said, I need these Reese's cups replaced when I need these Reese's. That's what I said to him. I said, I need these Reese's replaced when I get home from work today. I come home from work, and then Camion has Reese's sticks in the fridge. I said, Camion, what are these? He's like, oh, you asked for the Reese's. You asked me to get you some Reese's. I said, yeah, but I asked you to give me back what you took from me. You took Reese's cups. I want Reese's cups. These are Reese's sticks. And I want some Reese's cups. He's like, well, I could just give you them. I said, I don't want the money, Camion. You think I need $7? I don't need the money. I need the Reese's cups.
Yeah, but Camion looked at you. He said, well, you do look down bad. It's $7.
Well, I said, I need the Reese's cups. And it was like 10 o'clock, and I said, well, Camion, I need these before midnight. I don't know. You got to walk to the store. You got to Uber Eats. You got to do something. But I'm going to need these cups, and I'm going to need them before. And I had a gig to go to. I said, I'm going to this gig. I had one more gig that night. I was going to do not the Lyric Hyperion. So I was doing Margaret Cho's show. I was like, I need you. When I get back, I need that. And we got into this. He was like, this is crazy. I said, this is not crazy. You took something that did not belong to you, and I'm asking you to make it right. I'm asking you to give me back what you took from me. I'm not asking for anything more. I'm not asking for anything less. I just want the thing that was here that you took, that you knew did not belong to you, and I would like it back, please. So I left. And then me and him, it was like, I have never heard Camion raise his voice in my life. We were like,
girl, I've still never heard Camion raise his voice.
Girl, I don't think you ever Camion like speak his voice. Camion is a very, very quiet man. He's very, very calm, very, very quiet. So he and I are going back and forth. He's like, this is, I was like, it's not crazy. I need these Reese's cups, or we're gonna have some. He was like, I'm not getting them. And I said, Camion, not to be shady, you don't have a lot of bargaining chips. You don't have a lot of bargaining chips, honey. So I need some cups when I get back. Anyway, I came home. The cups were there. Do you think I went overboard?
No, I think it's a valuable lesson that you taught Camion. I think that now, hopefully, when someone does Camion wrong and they just like he doesn't expect less than what he's owed.
That was the whole point. The point was like, if one day someone's going to do you dirty and you deserve exactly what you want, they don't get to decide when you are whole. You get to decide when you are whole.
Yeah, I think it was a valuable lesson that
do you read a lot of books? You know, there's a statistic that men read like a third of the books that women read.
So I used to be a big book reader in school, but I think I lost a lot of my pizzazz for reading because I have a
Because Sister Soldier stopped writing?
no, because I used to have I mean, I've said this before, a very bad speech impediment. Like when I was in like middle school, like elementary school, it was like I would like that was it was really, really, really bad. So to help me out, I would have to sit at the table and read for hours.
Miserable.
I just had to read books out loud, so I can and it, to her point, it worked. I mean, again, I still have a speech impediment, but it is not anywhere near what it was. So that kind of so now I see books, it's like I have PTSD. I just think about having to read out loud for hours and I can't always get into it. Now, there are some books that I do fall in love with and I can still read, but I feel like I would have been a more impassioned reader if I didn't have to do that. But then
if you were forced to read.
Yeah, but then I'll have a speech impediment, so then there'll be other things,
I have read several books, actual holding the book. The first book I ever read cover to cover was actually Mick Foley's memoir, autobiography, Blood, Tears, and Sweat Socks. It's the first book I ever read cover to cover. I was in high school when I read
Mankind, Mick Foley.
That's not true. That's the first book I ever read of my own accord. Without, the first book I ever remember reading, the first novel I read cover to cover was The Giver. In 7th grade.
Oh yeah, girl. All those books in school.
We were all given a copy of The Giver, and we had to read. So I read books like that, but Blood, Tears, and Sweat Socks was the first book I ever read on my own. No one asked me to. No one forced me to. I was just reading it myself. And I read a lot of books. I have never read a book out loud. Monét, I don't know how you read. This is, it's actually
reading it out loud, like sitting there and just reading it out loud.
I did the audiobook. I read my book for the audiobook.
Oh, you mean yeah, okay.
Reading a book out loud. I'm not going to say that you went through cruel and unusual punishment, but it makes you crazy.
I think so. I really think so.
But because when you're reading by yourself, you're just kind of reading it. You low-key skip over words, but still forming sentences in your brain because it's just how your brain works when you're reading. When I was having to read this book out loud, getting it word perfect, by the way, cannot skip a word perfect. I remember thinking to myself, I think I'm going to go crazy. It took me about 10 hours to read this entire book, word for word. And it got to a point where I was like, I don't even know what I'm saying. My brain, have you ever been driving?
Yes, I already know
what you're saying. You just look up and you're like, I'm driving.
Yeah.
It's not like you're not, because you're still stopping at red lights, you're obeying traffic laws.
Yeah.
But it's like you come out of a brownout and you have been driving for 15 minutes.
What the fuck is a brownout?
A brownout, it's not a blackout. It's just kind of you just kind of a little fuzzy. You just
did you just make this up or is that a thing?
No, it's a thing.
A brownout.
I might be slightly using the term wrong. Let me just make sure. Let me see. What is the definition of a brown? This might be a power outage thing. Is it a gray out?
Brownout. Stunning.
Brownout meaning temporary reduction of voltage. No, that is electricity. Is it gray out? There's a term where you're it's not a blackout. Gray out.
It is also brownout. Brownout drinking is a term that refers to a state of intoxication from alcohol consumption that causes people to have spotty memories or missing periods of time from their long-term memory.
But from drinking,
otherwise known as a fragmentary blackout.
But that's from drinking.
Yeah, but if I said it feels like you're coming out of a brownout and you're like, oh my God, I have literally just been driving for 15, 20 minutes.
Right.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've had a brown out. Maybe I have. I do have the thing where I'm driving sometimes and you kind of like you said, I'm still obeying all the traffic laws and everything, but you kind of just you're kind of on autopilot for a good 30 seconds. You're like,
which
oh shit.
Feels dangerous.
I know, but I mean, I think it's normal human behavior. Wait,
yeah.
So when you were a kid, did you have to read a lot? Well, so you only read stuff at school and you read things that you wanted to read.
Yeah, so my mom didn't force me to read anything. I never had to sit at the table, and my mom never really made me do anything I didn't want to do.
Work.
My mom was like, I remember one time my mom tried to force me to eat food but I didn't want to eat. And I just wouldn't do it. I was a very picky eater. And then one day my mom was at work at Burnham Services in the accounting department. She was like, my son will not eat the food I cook. I just don't know what to do. And this lady said to her, she said, Martha, is he a good kid? And she said, yeah, otherwise he's a great kid. And she was like, pick your battles.
Word.
Just choose peace. And then that day my mom came home and she just started cooking me a separate meal. My mother, if it was a meal I didn't want, she would just make me a completely separate meal.
Couldn't be me. I'd be like, you gonna eat these damn pork chops.
But what do you do when your child's just not eating?
I'm sticking it down his throat.
But you can't make them chew. You can't make them masticate. You can't make them swallow it. Like, what are you gonna do?
I can baby bird him.
You can what?
Baby bird him.
But you can't make them swallow it.
Yeah.
Like there was a thing one time where me and my aunt went through a whole thing.
Aunt Hazel?
It was my aunt Lisa.
Aunt Lisa.
Where she made me these Idaho Spud brand potatoes with sour cream on them. And I don't like sour cream. I've never liked sour cream. And I was like, I don't want to eat this. I'm not interested in this. And I ate everything else. I just didn't eat this. And my aunt was like, you're going to eat these Spuds. And I said, I'm not eating those. I'm not eating those potatoes. I don't want to. And she goes, well, you're not going to leave this table until you eat these potatoes. So I just slid the potatoes to the side, laid my head down, and I went to sleep at the table. I fell asleep at the table. I woke up in the morning. There was a fresh plate of potatoes right next to me. A fresh plate. She had recooked them. Everyone else had breakfast, and she had for me the potatoes.
Oh, no.
She said, I bet you're hungry now. I said, I am, but I'm not eating that. I just refused. I said, I'm not eating it. And I didn't. I went to school hungry. I ate breakfast and lunch at school. Came home. There was a fresh plate of potatoes on the table again. She made this 3 times. She probably had to go back to the store and grab it again. And she was like, you can't leave this table until you eat the potatoes. So
at that point, what are you fighting for?
I slid them to the side. I did my homework and I took a nap at the table. And then when I woke up, she was like, the table she would go, just go do something. She gave up. She just gave up. I just wouldn't eat. I was like, I was going to starve to death. I was like, I'm not eating. I think it was a Friday. So what am I going to do? Not eat all weekend?
But not if I'm doing a fucking boycott.
Like what do you do when your kid's just like, I'm not eating that?
I have a question. Are your earrings? Are you just wearing mixed match ones, or are they not supposed to mirror each other? Like, are you wearing 2 of the same side of a set?
I don't think they come in size, do they? They're probably just I don't know, maybe it's the design. I don't know. I have no clue. These are old earrings. I've had these earrings forever.
I know. Well, because Bob used to do this thing in New York where he'll go to the wholesale people and buy 100 pairs of the same earrings and so he just swap them out when you lose them.
My friends be like, I cannot believe you have these earrings for that long. I'm like, girl, these are not the same earrings.
Yeah.
Girl, these are not the same earrings. I've had these earrings for years.
The first book I read from cover to cover was The Coldest Winter Ever. So Sister Soldier, of my own.
Do you remember the opening line? I know I've read it on here a few times.
Yeah, something about he bust my big back open with his big dick, some shit like that.
Hold on, and I think they like changed it since The Coldest Winter Ever opening.
I'm gonna do the hottest summer, the hottest summer ever.
Real hot girl shit. What are the first lines in Coldest Winter Ever? First line. I remember reading and being like, "Oh my god."
I read it in high school.
Now I can't find it anywhere on the internet.
It's busting out my mama's coochie, something like that.
It was like, Jacob, maybe you can find it and read it in your voice. Jacob, if you find it,
that doesn't feel appropriate, but I can definitely send it to the group message.
Jacob, no, we're giving you permission.
I mean, there's no N-words or anything in it. Ain't no niggas in it.
All right, and here it is in the thing.
Jacob said, I am not reading it.
Jacob, Monét, can you read it?
Yeah,
oh wait, no, sorry. It was when I Googled it. It was like here in the article, but let me find it.
Just copy and paste it.
Here, okay.
Do you know what copy pasta is?
Caca, like shit pasta.
Copy pasta.
Oh, no.
There you go. It's in the chat.
Monét, will you read it?
Sure. Brooklyn Born, I don't have no sob stories for you. No.
Monét, come on. Hey.
That's not it. There's no way that's the first line.
Maybe it's the one a little bit lower. It's the coochie part is there.
Okay,
the coochie part is there.
Okay. Brooklyn Born. I don't have no sob stories for you about rats and roaches and pissy pew hallways. I came busting out my mama's big coochie on January 28th, 1977, during one of New York's worst snowstorms.
That's the part I want. Busting out of my mama's big coochie is crazy. Unhinged.
Not gonna be like, I'm Brooklyn born. You know, I got some sad stories for you about being gay and shit. But you know, I come from the hard knock streets of East Flatbush. I came swimming down my dad's big ass black dick on February 19th.
And on that note, we're gonna take a break.
Y'all, we've all been there. You check your bank account and suddenly you're hit with an overdraft fee or fees. So this day, baby, it be fees on top of fees on top of fees. And that makes an already tight situation even worse.
That's a good drag name, Fifi Overdraft.
That's a good one. I remember that one time, y'all. I was going to the Dallas BBQ, the one in the West Village near 6th Avenue, and I had just gotten paid, but my rent was debiting that same day because my check was a little late, and I thought I was rolling in the dough. So I was buying drinks for myself, for coworkers. I was like, it's on me tonight, y'all. Let's live.
She bought me a drink. I don't even drink.
The next day, category is your bank account is closed. I had nothing.
No money on my card.
And let me tell y'all, it was very, very, very sad. And that's why I love Chime. Because when you open a Chime checking account, you're one step closer to a better financial future without all the unnecessary fees. Here's what makes Chime different, okay? There are no monthly fees, no maintenance fees, and no minimum balance requirements. They're fee-free overdraft up to $200 with SpotMe. So if you ever go a little over, you won't get slammed with an overdraft fee. Your next deposit just applies to your balance.
Get paid up to 2 days early when you set up direct deposit. Need access to your paycheck before payday? With MyPay, you can access up to $500 before payday with no mandatory fees or interest, because sometimes you just need a little extra cash to hold you over. Plus over 50,000, I will say it again, 50,000 fee-free ATMs, which is more than the top 3 national banks combined. And here's the thing, millions of people are already using Chime to make financial progress to date. Chime has spotted members over $30 billion with SpotMe alone. Want to get started? Make progress toward a better financial future with Chime. Open your account in just 2 minutes at chime.com/sibling. That's chime.com/sibling. Chime feels like progress. Banking services and debit card provided by the Bancorp N.A. or Stripe Bank N.A. Members FDIC. SpotMe eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Fees apply at out-of-network ATMs. MyPay eligibility requirements apply. Credit limits range from $20 to $500. $2 fee applies to get funds instantly. Chime checking account required. Go to chime.com/disclosure for details.
Hey, I know the video just cut off, and I know you're upset about it because you want to see the dolls. I know you do, but there is one way to see us. Go to our Patreon, right, Roberta?
That's right. And not only will you see the rest of this video, you're going to see so many exclusive videos. You get to see some of our one-woman shows. You get to watch our Untucked thoughts. You get to see, listen, there is, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, it's the best Patreon in the business.
100%, bar none.
All right, let's get back to the episode. Let's do it.
The Mildest Spring Ever by Monét.
Oh my God. Should I really do that? That would be kind of kind.
Would you write like a smutty book, or would you if you were to write a book, what would it be?
I would either write a smutty book, or I love fantasy. And I do want to write a book. It would be like it would be some type of crossover between like vampires, like gay. I mean, now we have,
there are no straight vampires.
That's not true.
There are no straight vampires. Vampires don't come in straight.
Edward Cullen is straight.
Kind of gay. They're all kind of gay. All vampires are kind of gay.
But it'll be about like
Ronnie, you like vampires, don't you? They're all kind of gay. Yeah, all vampires are kind of gay.
It would be about like vampire like assassins though. Like they're just like in the secret like society of like vampire assassins, and I'll be.
Wait, are they assassinating vampires, or are vampires who are assassins?
They're vampires or assassins, kind of like on like Blade. They're good guys.
Are they killing? So they're killing like demons and stuff?
No, they're killing like regular people. But there is like
overkill. Like you're already a vampire.
So
what makes it cool about a vamp? Like like an
I
assassin.
didn't get through. I didn't get through the.
I'm sorry.
half
I want to
before-
apologize. I want to apologize. That's not fair. I want to say you were just telling your story, your idea, and I shit on it, and that's not fair. And I want to apologize.
No, because and then what they realize is that they're being hired to kill regular people, but there is like a secret society that is acting against them of witches. So it's really vampires versus witches.
Are you a witch or you a vampire?
I'm a vampire for sure.
I'm a witch, 100%.
Oh yeah, Gertrude is a witch. Yeah, you're a witch, bitch.
Easily, I'm very witchy, very, very witchy. I mean, I
So
don't
I would
believe
write
in any of that
science
stuff,
fiction
but if I was to be, I wouldn't want to be a vampire. It doesn't seem like a fun life. Oh, so are your vampires? Are they like Twilight? Do they just sparkle, or do they die in the sun?
No, we do not. They do not sparkle in the sun. We die in the sun.
Can I say that feels like lazy writing?
That they sparkle in the sunlight?
Yeah, like it makes it so now your vampires can go anywhere they want. Like, like what's the downside? Like you just live, you have all this power. Like,
No, I mean the downside. It's like an unnatural sparkle. Like they can't go into the sunlight because it is so obvious that something is weird with their skin.
but who cares? What you gonna do? What you gonna do to me? I'm a motherfucker. What you gonna do?
The vampires in the Twilight books can still be killed.
Like,
Yeah.
like with the stake to the heart, though, right?
No, like oh yeah, yes, and that and like pulling off their head and shit.
Yeah, in the same. You mean the same way that humans are killed, but just harder? So vampires can be killed. Everyone knows vampires can be killed, but like a part of what makes it interesting to me as a reader or as a viewer is the vampires have to navigate through these. What is the Eddie Murphy vampire film called?
Vampire in Brooklyn.
Vampire in Brooklyn. Like it is hard to navigate life, and yeah, you have these powers, but you also have. It's like it's basically like if Kryptonite just made Superman itchy. Like we have to have a way to make it like where you, like can the vampires in Twilight, can they just walk in your house?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what the fuck then? Like there's no restrictions. You just a strong ass nigga going around fucking people up. Sparkling like you're covered in fucking AB stones.
Okay, so I think the central idea in Twilight is that, like, why the vampires are strong, like, a group and a mass of humans is technically stronger. So, like, while one vampire could theoretically kill, like, 100 people pretty easily, like, if you had guns, if you had an army up against them, and people were like, you could take out the Cullens.
But could you though?
Well, that's why that's why they need to keep it a secret. Like the entire contention of the second book is that he's gonna like reveal to him the world that he's a vampire.
Alert.
The other vampires are gonna kill him.
Well, also, you know, I didn't read those books. It's been so long since I've seen the movie, I don't remember. But also, isn't it obviously that the werewolves can also kill them as well?
The werewolves can also kill the vampires. Yes.
Can I say True Blood is a much better depiction of vampires than Twilight, in my humble opinion.
I mean, True Blood's a great show.
Absolutely, for sure.
I love Blade. I love Blade. I love the story of Blade.
Did you see Blade in Deadpool vs. Wolverine?
Yes, I did.
Honestly, that was pretty sickening.
Well, that movie got. I mean, I know it was supposed to be a parody of all. Not a parody, but it's like taking a really big piss at the Marvels at the cinematic universe. But there were too many characters. It was too much.
Can you do a New Orleans accent?
Yeah, that baby.
Can you say more than 3 words?
No, baby.
Well, baby, I went down to New Orleans. I was going to have myself a cool pop. Do you remember my dancer, Chiron?
I don't think I ever met your dancer, Chiron.
Chiron had a slight, like he had a New Orleans accent, and I just remember
where did he dance for you that would have met him?
On the Crazy Black Lady tour.
No, I never met him.
And I just thought his accent was so cute. And I was, you know, who's like R.I.P. to the original Queen of Flips in my book. It's actually probably Kenny Davenport, but Chichi DeVane. Chichi DeVane had the cutest New Orleans accent. I remember when me and Derek Bear were fighting, she goes, babe. Baby.
Yeah, I love that. Have you seen that black and white video? Well, that black and white video of Kenny Davenport performing from 1970
It's not in
something?
black and white, Monét.
I'm pretty sure it's in black and
The
white.
video's not in. Is it in black and white?
I'm pretty sure it's in black and white, babe.
I want to be clear that they had the capacity to film color film at the time.
I didn't say anything when they had the capacity. All I know is I know the video I fucking saw is black and white.
I think someone put a filter on it to make it black and white to give it a nostalgic feeling when they re-uploaded it. Because y'all, Kenny Davenport's not that fucking old, y'all. She's like 47 or something.
Girl, the video is in black and white.
Are you looking at it right now?
Yeah. I'm trying to find it on TikTok.
It's on Drag Archives.
You better know it. Oh, is that a TikTok?
Yeah, Drag Race Archives. Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
girl,
Pantry
it's
Davenport
in
is
black and white.
44.
They put a filter on that.
No, girl,
it's 1998. You could not even find a black and white camcorder in 1998.
I'm just saying. Well, all I know, the video I saw was in black and white. I don't know who chose to put it in black and white, but the video I saw was in black and white.
How old were you when that video came out? 8 years old?
I was 8 years old.
That's
so crazy to me that me and someone who is my contemporary now in the industry, when they started, I was 8 years old. I would not start drag for another 14 years.
I mean, when that video came out, I was 14 and she was 19.
Was she 19?
It says around the video, 19 years old.
Oh, no, she was 18.
18 years old. So I'm only 4 years younger than her.
Wow.
Well, the math ain't mathing because
No, she's 44 right now.
So she's 5 years older than me. I'll be 39 this year.
So what's not mathing, bitch?
Maybe the math is actually perfect. I went to public school in Atlanta. Please don't.
Girl, sad.
We don't need your elitism.
It looks like you were 12 when she was 18. In 1998?
I was born in 1986.
Yeah, but the nigga, you're 6 years younger than her. Do you know what the fuck you were born?
I mean, I think, to be fully honest, it feels like that Instagram account doesn't actually know the exact year it was and was just putting like a arbitrary year on it.
How old was Keita Davenport in 1998?
I don't know how old she is now.
8 plus 4 is 12.
Y'all, we can't do math. None of us are math girls.
We all have a fucking high school diploma. We should be able to do this.
8 plus 4 is 12.
Yeah.
I was 12. I was 12 years old. I did the math wrong.
But you did the math right.
I've never done meth before. Me
either. Nothing about it sounds exciting to me. People would describe it. I'm like, this is not like a fun drug. You do it.
People who describe it say it's the best. Like most people I know. I want y'all to know. Actually, I don't want to say this. I don't want to say this.
Well, can you write it down? Because I want to hear what it is.
I can say it, but I don't want anyone to. It sounds like I'm condoning meth.
You're not condoning meth. We did not. We did. I mean, then don't say that.
I'm not. Let me just say, I'm not condoning meth. Okay. But people who have done it said the first time they were like, it's the best high you'll ever have in your life. But after that, then they say you will never get that back. They're like, you'll never
chasing
ever get that high again.
That's a lot of drugs. Like people are often trying to chase their first high. Like the first time that they felt how that thing made them feel, they're trying to recreate that.
But y'all, don't do it. Do not commit suicide. Who said that?
Alaska.
No.
Oh.
Amanda Lepore.
For what?
They were doing this like big, like, I think it was for the Trevor Project. They're trying to get celebrities and to say stuff. And they're like, Amanda, do you have a message for queer youth? She just goes, do not commit suicide. Do you get asked about messages for the youth all the time?
Often. Last night at the Queerities. Do you have a message? My message in these times, what I say, what's on my heart is that this thing that queer people have, we didn't create it, but I think we talk about it a lot, and I think it's true for a lot of us, is this idea of chosen family. I'm like, chosen family is something that really speaks to my heart because it helps me get through a lot of stuff, right? We have to have like people like Bob, other chosen family, and having that. And not saying that my family's shit, I don't want my family, but other queer people and chosen family is what's really getting me through these days.
Does your family listen to the podcast?
No.
My family either. I honestly don't think my family's really. I have my cousin Renee is really into what I do.
Renee, I met Renee.
Baby, Renee really enjoy. But other than that, like my aunts, I think my aunt Hazel watched We're Here. They all watch. No, I think my aunt Hazel watched We're Here, and she watched Drag Race. But none of them, if it's not on TV, they're not watching it.
Yeah,
they're not coming to YouTube. They're not coming to YouTube.
Did they watch Traders?
No one's mentioned. My brother, I think, just called me yesterday. He was like, I'm going to start watching Traders. And he was like, everyone here. Sometimes my family is really shocked that people know me. They're like, my father's like, oh my God, people here in Orlando know you. I'm like, yeah, girl. He's like, he's like, do you know that you have fans in Orlando? I'm like, yes, Frank. I know that I have fans in Orlando. He's like, I cannot believe it. People in Orlando know you. Like, you actually have fans here. And also, how does that come up? Me and my dad don't look that much alike. No one's like, are you Bob the drag queen's dad? I think my mom used to do this too. They see gay people and they're like, you know, my son's Bob the drag queen. There's no way I came up organically in conversation. When my mother was at the fucking deli in Walmart, there's no way Bob the drag queen just organically came up in conversation.
Maybe they had like I'm sure your mom probably had some of your merch or something on. Someone's like, oh my God, I love it. You know what I mean?
My mom saw a gay guy and said, my son's Bob the drag queen. I can almost guarantee you that is exactly what happened. Oh, my son's Bob the drag queen. My mom probably went to the car, put on her Bob the drag queen shirt, and started walking around the deli section until someone said something.
Also, you had your mom on TV and super fans, and they're like, oh, I'm in Atlanta. You know what I mean?
But I know my parents. They saw a gay and they said, I'm about to flex.
Well, that's the thing too, when I'm out with my family and like we would be in a space and then we're with gay people and they're like, you know, that's Monét Exchange. I'm like, oh my God. And then they'll do this thing. They're like, they'll ask the fans, they'll be like, do you want a picture? So now my family is running the meet and greet. I'm like, y'all.
You know, it's really awkward when you're with a fan or with a family member or a friend and they see a gay guy or someone and they're like, watch this. You know that's Bob the drag queen. And they be like, who?
Never happened to me.
I'd be like, you did me dirty with that one. Y'all did not have to do me like that.
No, everyone always knows who I am.
Well, okay, sure. Sure, Jan. You know who gets noticed a lot?
Who?
Nick.
Nick Smith?
Nick Smith.
Notice where?
When we were out at Chipotle one time, because also Nick Smith dresses the same way all the time. Nick, like, he's in a blouse, he's in that Cruella de Vil jacket. Nick is also 6'4". Nick looks so much like he does online, and I look a little different than I did when I was on Drag Race. Not much different, but a little different than I did on Drag Race. I just gained some weight. I was bald on Drag Race. I didn't have any hair on Drag Race. I mean, I am more bald now, but not that you all would know because I've been shaving my head this whole time. But Nick actually gets recognized all the time.
You know, Nick is someone who's 6'4". Nick doesn't feel like 6'4". Like, there's some people who are tall. You're like, oh, this person feels like a big, like a tall. Nick doesn't feel. He doesn't feel tall. Do you agree with that?
No, I think Nick feels very tall.
Really?
Nick looks like a tarantula twink.
Do you know? I was looking at a picture of RuPaul.
You know who's not tall?
Who?
And like very short?
Who?
Raven Simonier.
Yeah, but she has big energy though.
Yeah, she is very short. In my mind, she
where
is like the same size as Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
But she's not.
Where did y'all meet?
I mean, I see Raven all the time. I mean, the last time I remember, I did our podcast. I'm going to be on our podcast soon. But I remember we ran into each other at the Wicked premiere.
Got it. Yeah, she has big energy. It's so crazy when you see RuPaul next to us because RuPaul's husband is substantially taller than RuPaul, and RuPaul is already what, 6'5"?
6'4", 6'5". RuPaul is very tall.
So I think RuPaul's husband must be like 7 feet.
I mean,
Georges has like this much on Ru.
You're the only person in my realm who's not the only. I'm being a little dramatic, but
this picture of Bob and Rob and
right, yeah. I was about to say, Monét, you're one of the only people in my like sphere who is like average height. Like everyone else is like I am surrounded by tiny people or people who are like taller than me. I was not even the third tallest person on my season of Drag Race.
Were people on Traitors tall? I'm trying to think of when you were lined up to everyone. But the Boston Rob is average height.
Boston Rob is low. Boston Rob, I say, is at least 6 feet tall. Danielle sitting next to me on that couch at the reunion looked hilarious. It always looked like someone did this to me in the picture. Like I look like someone like scaled me up in the picture.
Yeah, I'm pretty average.
Jay, can you post this picture of me, Rob, and Layla McQueen at the photo shoot for the reunion? Like it looks like people keep being like, is this photoshopped?
Layla McQueen, where's my motherfucking lashes, bitch? I ordered some lashes. I ain't get my lashes yet.
There's also a picture of me next to Elliot Page. I can try to find. I hope it's on screen right now.
Tales of the City.
Yeah, Tales of the City. Me and Elliot Page are sitting side by side, but it's also exacerbated because he's in a short director's chair and I'm in a tall director's chair. People are like, this has to be Photoshop. This
But there is one that
must be
someone did
Photoshop.
Photoshop. There's the real one that
No,
is
there's
crazy, and then there's another one someone like made it even crazier.
Yes, which looks so fucking funny. I'm still convinced that they're photoshopping. Those are not the heights of the judges on Drag Race.
Oh yeah, no, they definitely edited those.
But why don't they make
someone put
the
they took all the T.S. Madison pictures and put them like they just took it from the picture and put it next to each other on a thing, and it's like they moved them up and down.
But maybe she's short.
Yeah, I would say she's not short, but her size isn't consistent in their editing, like in all the different times she's on the show.
I'm gonna tell the story. I think she'll be fine if I tell the story. One time I was at Peppermint Show at City Winery in Atlanta, and T.S. Madison came in and she said, and we were sitting next to each other, and then Peppermint was talking about how hard it is to exist as a trans woman. Like, it's dangerous. Like, people want to hurt trans women.
Mm-hmm.
And T.S. Madison was like, yeah, it's true. And I was like, yeah, I believe you, girl. And she goes, and you know what? I said, what? And then she took my hand and she put it on her giant breast. And she just put my hand on her titty. And she jiggled it a little bit. And there was something hard in there. And she was like, that's right. I'll leave it at that. She goes, that's right. There was something very firm in that brassiere.
Work.
That was gaggy. I remember being like, oh. Because y'all, bear in mind, I have never even held one of those in my life. Never once. Go ahead, you can go.
Well, we both have some time home. We need to do the anything you can do. The first one we're doing is a gun range.
I've never even held one in my life.
The first time I went and shot one at a gun range, I didn't hold one either.
And I'll still be better than you, but that's beside the point.
I had someone that can do it, that can film it for us. We just gotta pick some time.
I have someone too. We'll use my guy. We'll use my lady.
Wow. First of all, you already misgendered them.
I have a guy and a lady. We'll use the lady.
Who's the guy?
His name is Kane.
Since when? I never heard you mention no Kane before.
Jacob knows Kane.
I do know Kane, yes. Kane does all of Willem's videos, or in the past, Kane has worked with Willem a lot. I don't actually know. No, that's not John Marie Reed.
He's this Australian guy that came and filmed for me, and I have this lady named Sam.
Well,
you met Sam the other day. Sam did our podcast yesterday.
Which one was Sam?
The Asian lady.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, and there's also Naisha.
Who's Naisha?
Naisha was the one who was doing the lights behind. We were handing Naisha the tables. And,
Got it.
And Diego, who you microaggressed, but I don't want to get you canceled, so we'll just skip over that.
Okay, I did not microaggress Diego.
Do you want to apologize to Diego? Diego listens to the podcast.
I did not microaggress him. I would not apologize for something I didn't do.
Monét, what does growth kick in?
When
not the human growth hormones you inject into your thighs every day to get your ass to grow.
When I stop working with you, that's when it'll start.
Well, give me my hoodie and let's wrap this motherfucker up then.
No, you're not getting this hoodie. Bob, if you want this hoodie, you know what you have to do to get it.
You're not getting that.
Then you're not getting this hoodie.
I'm getting that hoodie. Y'all, Monét came to my apartment and stole. Another thing she stole from me, you stole my Tyler Wallach leotard.
I did not steal that leotard.
And then you vandalized it.
I did not steal it. Bob, let's be very clear.
And then you vandalized it.
You asked me what I want. I asked you to borrow the leotard. I will say I did stone it without your permission, but I did not steal the leotard from you.
Monét stole and vandalized a garment that I gave her, which is crazy. And give me back my motherfucking orange wig. I'm taking my wig back too.
Oh, it's right up there.
We have 10 minutes left. This was supposed to be an episode to talk about and promote Bob's book, Harriet Tubman Live in Concert, that comes out tomorrow. Can we talk about the book a little bit more for the last 10 minutes?
Yes, absolutely. So Monét, can I tell you something? I actually want to bring this up, and it's something that it kind of hurt my feelings, but you didn't do anything wrong, and it's because I'm sensitive.
Okay, tell me about this. Lord, I have to say, dating a sober person, being best friend with a sober person, I often have I'm in this position, which I appreciate. You guys are very aware of your feelings, and you want to talk about your feelings. I'm listening.
You asked me for a copy of my book, and I sent you a digital copy of the book.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that you have not finished reading it. I don't even know if you started it yet.
I did start,
but I was at your house or something, and maybe I was hanging out with Ty, and we were just talking. somehow we ended up talking about books, and then Ty was like, "Oh, Monet's reading this book." And it's a giant book. It's
It's
huge.
not a giant book.
No, y'all, this book, I thought it was a fucking
What book is it?
encyclopedia.
It's not. It's girl.
What
It
book
is.
is it?
It's Slaughterhouse Five by Kurt Vonnegut. It's not a big book.
Maybe it wasn't a big book. I don't remember. Maybe I didn't see the book. But Ty told me that you were reading a book. And I was like, Monet, stop reading my book. Or didn't even start. Started reading a different book. And has not read my book.
I'm reading both books simultaneously.
But Monet, my book, this is a 3-day read. Look up.
I know.
I read this book in 2 days and I read slowly.
And I will. I promise it. Before this book is available to the general public, I would have finished it.
Jacob had a vacation book and it hurt my feelings too. We were getting ready to go to New Year's and Jacob had this. I mean, y'all, Jacob had it's like, I mean, when I tell you Jacob's book was like this, I was like,
wait, what book is it, Jacob?
Oh, I was reading The House of Flame and Shadow.
Oh,
that was the giant book.
yeah.
Oh, so that's the book you're excited about. Bitch, are you fucking with me on purpose?
We could have written a book together. Written a word. It's just
written. You don't want to write a book together?
I'll write a book together with you.
I don't think I'm interested in anything that's not fiction though. I don't want to write any stories, and I don't want to do that.
I'm interested in essays. I feel like a book. If you and I did a book about essays on like siblings or like essays of like best friends or like close knit people who like gone through things. And like how to like get through it.
I'd rather do short stories and have them be fiction.
Essays, short stories.
No, but fiction stories, like little short fiction. I don't think I want to write any like.
What, though?
I don't know. We could figure out a theme. Can we talk about the book that's actually in my hand?
You don't want that brought us anyway. Yes.
Well, I mentioned that my feelings were hurt. That you didn't. That you stopped reading my book to read someone else's book.
Well,
the only reason it hurt my feelings because you specifically asked for a copy of the book. And I remember saying, if you don't read this book, my feelings will be hurt.
Well, my intention is not to hurt your feelings, and your feelings of being hurt by that are valid, and I would never want to hurt your feelings like that.
It only hurts my feelings when people ask for the books. There's also someone else in my life who asked for a copy of the book, and I sent them, they have not read it, and I'm still mad at them too.
Who is it? You want to tell us?
Say their names.
Right.
Say their names.
The fans don't know. It's someone from our management team.
We used to be a podcast that stood for something.
Jacob, you took the words right out of my pussy.
Well, it's someone from our management team. They don't know him. They don't know. They literally don't know who this is. The fans have no clue who this is.
If they don't know what to say, who cares then?
But they asked me for the book. I sent it, and they did not read it. And I was like, "That's." And I remember, and I said, if I send you this, you don't read it, my feelings will be hurt. It's only when they ask for it, like, I want the book. Please send me the book.
But I would also do something like this. If I would have wrote you wrote the book, obviously, it comes out, you have like the paperback ones, you're like, wow, my book came in, Monet didn't even ask you for a copy. So then you feel bad. I'm like, well, I do want a copy. I was going to buy it like a regular person and not ask you for one for free.
Again, I'm not saying I'm sensitive. I'm acknowledging that I am being very sensitive right now. But it's because, Monet, it took me 4 years to write this book. 4 years. If you think about from the time I got the book deal to the time I finished the audio recording, it was 5 years to finish this book. I just put my heart and soul into it. I'm so proud of this book. I think it is so smart, so clever. I'm so proud of how it is well written. Everything, the syntax, the world building. I'm just so proud of the elements of this book. So I just want people to appreciate it.
Well, we're going to have you on Monet Talks. I'm going to talk all about your book. And by the time you go to Monet Talks, I'm going to have read some of it. Not all of it, but I would have read some of it.
You can't bring someone on your talk show if you haven't read the book.
Then okay, yes, you can.
Like so you can, but it feels like poor journalism.
No, that's not true. I can do.
I can school for journalism.
No, I'm going to journalism.
Have you watched Mo Talks?
Yeah, I have.
Well, there you go.
I don't know if that was a dig at you or a dig at me. One of us got
said
right.
It feels like poor. Sorry, Bob said it feels like poor journalism, and I said, "Have you watched Mo Talks?" That was the joke I was trying to make. The show
is not called Mo Talks. I guess you don't watch it either. It's called Monet Talks. Boo.
Drag me.
Also, Monet went on the Patreon and was like, "Y'all go vote for Monet Talks," campaigning against a show she's on, which did win at the Queerities, by the way.
We did.
Even though you were trying to campaign against our show. That's crazy.
Well, I had 2 shows in one category. The Queerities need to not. They can't. I mean, yeah, great, but like, could have put in 2 shows, 2 nominations for yourself in one category is wild.
Maybe you should just be proud that you got double nominated.
And I'm happy that Dungeons and Drag Queens won. It was great.
You did go on stage and call Dungeons and Drag Queen players losers in the beginning of your speech.
I mean, I was being honest. I said what I said was, when I got asked to do this, I used to think that playing Dungeons and Drag Queens, playing Dungeons and Dragons was for losers. Boy, was I wrong. This has been a great process. I've been loved doing the show.
This from the Pokemon bitch. Oh, well, Pokemon's cool.
Back then I thought it was.
You
Did you
didn't
see
Pokemon?
Ebony was decked out. Did you see Ebony's glam and everything? Ebony looked so stunning.
Oh yeah, she looked amazing.
Beautiful. And Brennan, so when we first got there, we were talking with Brennan, whatever, and then someone walked by, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm here with the cast of Dropout, Brennan, everyone." And I think it was Assad. He was like, "Oh my God, I didn't even recognize you without your beard." And he was like, "Yeah, it's me." And Assad went crazy over Brennan. It was very cute.
Oh, he didn't have a beard last night, did he?
I know he didn't. He did not. Brennan did not have a beard on.
I was so caught up in. Can I tell you something that's kind of silly? I was starstruck with seeing Joella last night. Is that crazy?
Oh my God, I saw her in line. So when she came up in line, I was like, "Oh my God!" I was like, "Joella." Yeah, I was gagged to see her as well.
Is that crazy? I was like, "Oh my God, Joella!" Gag it, honey, gag it.
Yeah.
And by the way, before we go, the last thing I want to say is online is y'all. If you join our Patreon, you can see that Monét and I, we kind of hashed out some of our drama on there. And I want y'all to know that Monét lied to you again. Monét 100% purchased those chips. She brought them to my house and she handed. I will post a picture of me holding the bag of chips.
Y'all, if you believe that fucking shit, I have
You bought the chips.
I have a Bridge and Terabithia to fucking sell you. If y'all think I
Monét
bought
purchased the chips.
Bob or Jacob any motherfucking chips.
Jacob, did Monét buy the chips or not?
Yeah, because that's a fucking reliable source.
I don't know why she's doing a bit like she didn't.
y'all.
And I will post a picture of, and we made.
No,
I'm gonna
post the video you took of me walking up to your house with the chips.
I didn't take a video. I took a picture. You know that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And you didn't walk up to my house. You parked out front of it. And I came outside.
Okay.
So why are you acting like?
See,
Because Jacob stayed back, and you and I went over to the party, and then you looked at me and you goes, "Of course, you know I got you these chips," and you handed them to me.
Yeah, because y'all know that's how I talk.
And you said, "Girl, you know I got you these chips," and you also got the voodoo chips for Jacob.
You know what? Camion was right about you. Camion should never got you them fucking Reese's cups. You just sat your ass there with the Ninja Cream with no fucking Reese's cups with your fucking lying ass.
And on that note,
Bob is now going to read us an excerpt from Harriet Tubman live in concert, available worldwide tomorrow.
And if you want to get a copy, you can go to readthedragqueen.com. You can go to your local bookstore. You can also get a signed copy at bobsignedbook.com if you want a signed copy of the book.
Should I sign some as well?
You'll sign one random book. And if you get a book with double signature, just know this is the one we're talking about. Hey, this is a scene from our book, Harriet Tubman Live in Concert, available tomorrow, March 25th. And you can get it at readthedragqueen.com. And if you want a signed copy, you can go to bobsignedbook.com. It's also available for audiobook as well. And I do narrate the book, and there are 2 original songs in the audiobook. I think the jig is up. I'm starting to really freak out. This place is starting to feel dangerous to me. And when I say this place, I mean my own mind. I feel like I'm back in church on Sunday with my mother. Can you please, I just need to, excuse me for a moment. My hands are clammy. I'm tripping over my words. I'm not as articulate as I normally am. I rush over to Buck and pull him into the corner. He's only moving because he wants to. I don't have the strength to actually move his body. I have to stand on my tiptoes to angrily whisper to him, "If you told everyone here about me, I'll..." Buck crosses his arms in a very intimidating way. "You'll what?" he asks. "I'll be hurt, Buck. I'll be really hurt. I've already gone through this once, and I can't go through it again. And I say this loud enough that everyone can hear me. And now they're all paying too much attention to us." "What the hell's going on over there?" Odessa asks. "You know what?" My eyes are starting to tear up, but I still stare Buck down. "There's nothing going on over here." I gotta step away for a second. I'm headed toward the door when I hear the hammer of a pistol cocked behind me. It's a sound I have never heard in real life, but it is instantly recognizable. "Don't even think about it," Harriet says. I know somebody trying to turn back when I see it. "You planning on leaving this room and not coming back?" I know the look of somebody afraid to continue their journey. Now, I done told you, I'm in the business of getting people their freedom. And you ain't free from something, baby. Am I the next Walt Whitman? I think so. Thank you all.